I'm not gonna back up too much because I don't got no pants on, so I gotta stay at a correct distance. I just came back in the house off a study. You know, I haven't had a Bible study since January 13th. When I went to go check earlier today, it said January 13th. Today is July 31st. It's raining. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's gonna get colder later today. Colder-ish. It's not that bad. I like it. But it feels like we're in fall. This summer don't even feel like summer. Let me get into the main point of the video. This is what y'all here for. This summer don't feel like summer. This is the only summer in my life that has moved by this fast and has never felt like a summer ever. Like, this summer of course there was heat waves. Of course it was cool. Of course it rained. Of course it thunderstormed. Of course there were nights. Of course the vibes would go off. But there was no vibes this summer. No pop culture, no fun, no anything. It was just time. And it just feels like this year just feels like a long day. This is the fastest year of my life. This summer just felt like an hour, 2 hours. It was just July 1st. Now it's July 31st, so August 1st is tomorrow. Time is speeding up. There's no pop culture. There's no fun. There's nothing here to make people enjoy the planet that we're on. We're just living. Anyway, I wanted to say that, but it connects to my video. I just got off a Bible study about an hour and a half ago, which I came in the house. It started raining on our Bible study. We were having fun. I was just re-linking up with the brothers and having a long conversation because we haven't talked and chatted up about God and talked in a minute. You know, it was amazing having a Bible study. You start learning about, when you connect with God, it removes you away from Satan. Satan's darkness is bad. I hopped on my phone, I checked social media out, and it's just blah. And connecting back the things I'm gonna name in the video, and connecting back to what I was talking about earlier, social media is dead. There's no pop culture. There's nothing fun here, but it has changed our lives. That's why I'm into this. That's why I'm into God now, because of 2020, because of COVID. Otherwise, I kind of would have just been the same person that I was in 2019, 2018. So we were re-linking up. I was re-chattering up with the brothers, having a long conversation. We were just talking about life. We were talking about things that's going to happen. Just life. You know, Jehovah, God is everywhere. God is here. God is life. God is through me. God is through everybody. You know? But Satan's here too. Satan is the God of this world. Satan, unfortunately, is in everything that we do. He's in the phones. He's in the social media. He's in the apps. He's in our moods. He's in the political world. He's in the Hollywood world. He's in the entertainment world. He's in the physical world. He's in bills. He's in our minds mentally. He's in our blood. That's why we have sin. He's in us. We have sin because of sin. Because of Eve. Eve bit the fruit. So now sin is in our blood. He's in everything. He's in us spiritually, mentally, physically. He's here. He's here. You can't see him, but he's here. This is just how the world is. So I want to get into my main point of the video. I have to mention all this because that connects to everything I'm talking about. Earlier today, I was listening to 2010. I was listening to 2010 pop music. 2010 pop music. The music, the vibes, the art, the creativity has its own era. The early 2010s had that 2000s vibe still, even with the dressing. Last night I was looking at 2014 stuff. The pipes want to make noise all of a sudden. I'm in my basement, so this is speaking of the 2010s. I used to chill down here a lot as a kid. I had a TV here. I used to eat down here. I used to be down here all day when I got off of school. This is like my area, man. I love down here. During the heat waves a few years ago, I blew out a blowout bed, and I used to sleep down here during the heat waves because down here cold. Down here is always cold because it's concrete and it's underground. Anyway, besides the point, but because I was bringing up 2010 stuff, I wanted to say that I was listening to 2010s. And I came across some 2014 vines. I came across everything that distinctively made 2010s an era, a decade, a pop culture. We had vines, we had music, and that's just to name 2 out of the hundreds of things. Not to mention video games, not to mention technology, not to mention music. But the 2020s, we are in 2025. Not only that this is the fastest year ever, this is the fastest decade ever, and nothing's going on. This is probably the worst decade in human history for your mental. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, there are decades where there was hell. I know we had slavery, we had wars, we had Spanish flus, we had black plagues. I don't know my history. This world has always been dark. Satan's the God of this world. So our history has always been tarnished. There's wars, there's plagues, there's diseases. There were no cures for wars. There was segregation, there was racism, there's whole types of crazy shit. But I want to say this is one of the worst decades for your mental. A part of social media now, consciousness. Satan is the god of the world. So he uses entertainment and he uses music and he uses things to target us. That's why a lot of my videos on my page covers and talk about things that is bad for you, things that is weighing down on you. You don't even realize it. Social media, celebrities, industry plans. I'll talk about it all. Besides that, I don't want to talk about Satan. I don't want to talk about that. I want to stay on the fun. I want to stay on the fun. There is no pop culture in this decade at all. It's boring. No motivation. People are angry. Social media is dark. You're just here just to be here. So what are we doing? This is not a place that I want to live in. I almost started crying last night because I'm looking back at a time that I can't get back. I can't turn back the clock. I'm not Kang the Conqueror. I don't have superpowers. I'm not a god. I can't time travel. You get what I'm saying? I'm not Tony Stark. Tony Stark found out how to time travel. I deadass was thinking about Avengers Endgame. I was looking at old Marvel. I was looking at Captain America, my old Avengers. I missed the old Avengers. The pop culture was so strong. The original Avengers was from the whole 2010s. From 2008 to 2019. That's a goated era. Every year was something different. So I was thinking about Endgame. I was like, this dude Tony Stark found a way to time travel. Now, time traveling in certain movies are different. Time traveling in real life, I'm pretty sure in real life, if it was possible, is completely different. But to time travel, to bring your you now into that time then. But guess what? If you're alive during that time, then there'll be two of you walking around. I get it. But I'm just thinking like a kid. I'm thinking fictional. The 2010s is impeccable. It's impeccable. So, remember, I'm in my basement, so you're going to hear water in the background. I thought I had my door open. I thought you were going to hear my TV because my TV is playing Call of Duty, like Call of Duty Zombies. So, old CODs, like old CODs from years ago. So, I thought you would have heard that. I had to shut the door because too much noise and all that. Anyway, what was I saying? So, 2010s. Yeah. I was tearing up. I ain't gonna lie, I started tearing up. I started thinking about time traveling. I started thinking about as a kid. I'm like, damn, I can't turn back the clock. I can't do anything. I'm just here. And my eyes just got so big. But for real, like, oh my God. Let me stop being extra. So let me get to my main point. Which is what y'all are here for. We're like 8 minutes into the video and I didn't even state my main point. The 2020s is one of the worst decades mentally for your mind, for your consciousness. I talked about it earlier briefly, and I talked about it in all my other videos. My other videos all happen to be something similar to this. I don't know. All my videos happen to be something about your consciousness or what's going on in the material world or what's going on in the spiritual world. But let me get into my main point. The 2020s could've, should've, really could've, should've been the greatest decade ever. Y'all don't get it? COVID messed everything up. COVID threw this whole decade off. The 2020s, I'm talking about the sequel to the 2010s. I'm talking about the sequel to the 2000s, the sequel to the 90s, the sequel to the 80s. Every decade had distinctive pop culture. This pop culture should have kicked everything out the park. I know we got GTA 6 that's supposed to be coming out soon. I know we got Avengers that's supposed to be coming out soon. But even besides that, we're supposed to be having new things. We're supposed to be having creativity. Do you guys know how crazy the 2010s was? The 2010s is the perfect modern day. It was balanced. We had good enough technology. We had amazing video games. We had amazing movies. We had movies with amazing CGI. And we had amazing music. These engineers, these producers, the studio created beats that sounded galactic, out of space. It put you in time zones. Certain beats made you time travel. Certain beats, certain samples, certain sample flips. These producers, Hollywood, these niggas is talented. It's insane. So to see 2020s be so mid with the fashion, the pop, nigga, the fashion's trash now. The fashion now is kind of copying 2000s and creating something new. Everybody's trying to do baggy clothes or just create some new mid bland. It's just nothing to it. 2010s, yeah, there was skinny jeans. Some people did big fits in the 2010s. And in 2010 through 2013, like 11, 12, 13, 14, there was kind of some big pants there. Skinny jeans started going crazy in like 2014, 2015, you know what I'm saying? With certain hip hop artists in the hood, and you know what I'm talking about. Jordans, Jordan 6s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 5s. Yeah. But this decade has no culture. This decade has nothing to it. Nothing, no pop thing. There's nothing that stands out. It's just more so been trends. It's been annoying trends that's just bothering everything. Like, for example, I'm gonna bring it up because we're talking about hip hop. Not Like Us. I hated Not Like Us when it first came out. Not Like Us was bothering me. I hated the song. It pissed me off. Kendrick Lamar has better songs. He has better, bigger songs. And Drake is, I'm not really a Drake fan, but Drake has bigger, better songs too. These are bigger, better artists. So with that clash, the hip hop beef wasn't even entertaining. That hip hop beef that happened last year was trash. That's how bad this decade is. If you told people in the 2010s that all these artists were going to clash against each other, you would have thought that would have been the greatest year of that decade. It was done doo-doo. That shit was terrible. It got so boring to the point it got annoying. So I remember on Instagram, I had commented on Instagram. On Instagram, I commented, they were saying that they were going to play. Remember the Super Bowl? They're saying that they were going to play Not Like Us at the Super Bowl at the Grammys. I commented, I was like, can y'all stop with this fucking song? I said something. I was like, here we go again. Of course they're going to play this. And it got a lot of likes. It had got like 10,000 likes. But then I had hundreds of comments under me. Of course it's going to play at the Super Bowl. It's one of the biggest songs ever. Then people started calling me a Drake dick rider. So I was getting into arguments with people on Instagram. Like I was getting into beefs. It even got to a point where people were going on my Instagram page and mocking me. Oh, you think you're a model? What are you taking pictures for? You this and that? It got like niggas was dick riding. So that's just how people are though. People are just so weird now. Another thing with this video. So I was getting into arguments. I deleted my comment because I kept getting notifications on it. And then some dude had commented and said I look like Cardi. I already talked about it in my other video. He said I look like Cardi. Playboy Cardi. But back to everything. Everything has such heavy creativity in the 2010s. This decade, literally, could have been the greatest decade of all time. Technology advancements, phones, TVs, video games. There's so much here now that should have increased what happened from before. So we should have literally stepped up, not stepped down. How is music annoying now? The beats, the music, they don't have anything to it. Music sounds horrible now. There's nothing to music now. It's nothing that's like, damn, even the samples are done trash. The lyrics are done trash. No one just, it's like unseasoned food. That's the best way I could describe it. It's like when you season food and then wash it off with water. That's what that is. That's what this decade is. Last decade was amazing. The fun, the trends, now everything either is boring or has a darkness to it. This shit is trash, yo. We had amazing video games. Video games were supposed to step up. We had amazing music. The studio, the way y'all make the beats, everything was supposed to step up. It was all supposed to go up. The movies, Hollywood, CGI looks terrible. A lot of movies just don't look good anymore. A lot of movies look horrible. A lot of movies have bad CGI, bad effects, bad acting. It's just not hitting no more. It's unnecessary sequels or unnecessary remakes. They're remaking movies. No one's getting creative. No one's creating movies. No one's creating plots and then making stuff. No one's just coming up with original stuff. You know what I'm saying? I used to want to be a movie director. I have a saga of movies I want to create. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, like Lord of the Rings. I have so many ideas. And not Lord of the Rings like that plot, but I'm saying like long as that. Like there are certain movies that I thought of. I have my own characters. I even had dreams about these characters. I'm like, yo, I could have put this in the movie. Man, I just have a creative mindset. This decade changed everything though. On another note, this decade changed everything. So to bring up God and Jehovah and Satan, everything I talked about earlier, the reason why I'm into that is from COVID, because I wasn't really deeply into religion and learning spiritualness. And it's not just religion, it's just learning spiritualness. It's just learning life. It's just learning reality. It's learning what's around us. You know, connecting with the spiritual awakens you. It teaches you a lot. It teaches you morals. Reading about everything. It just teaches you. Reading the Bible, you know. I never was into that as a kid or young teenager. COVID changed all of us. COVID destroyed my school. I didn't get the true high school experience. My high school experience started from COVID. Like, This decade is horrible. Horrible. It's not horrible, even though there are war, famine, hate, racism, misogyny. There's so much division amongst communities. That's always going to be here. That'll never, racism, that's always going to be here. That's been here since the start of forever. But this decade is the worst with entertainment. If you are trying to have fun or create something crafty, like at least in the 2010s or the 2000s, yeah, times is rough, but you were able to come up with something that kind of break out of that. Social media, acting, music, careers, everybody just has nothing. It's just dark now. There's no motivation around. You can't even go to people for motivation. A lot of people just disrespectful. Like, I feel like a unk. I feel old. I feel like I'm 100 years old. I feel like an unk. I feel like I don't connect to this world. A lot of things I just don't have interest in. It don't hit me. It goes through me. It's like I can't see it. I can't dwell on it. If it's a movie that came out, I don't care about it. If it's a song that came out, I will never listen to it. I couldn't name you 10 songs that came out this year. I can't do it. It's impossible. I can't do it. I can't name you 10 songs or 10 albums that came out in the past 5 years since COVID had hit. I can't do it. It's impossible for me. I can't do it. I literally would lose that challenge. If someone was to say, here, I'll give you $10,000 to name me 10 albums, I can't do it. I don't listen to anything that came out after 2020. There's like a bridge point where music stopped sounding good. Music stopped sounding good after like 2021. And I'm not making this shit up. And 2021 was okay at that. It didn't even sound, it was aight. It was aight in 2021. 2021, it was like a 5 out of 10. It wasn't even all that. 2020 was like a 6 out of 10. Again, it wasn't even all that. 2019 was like a 7. 2018 was the last really good year of hip hop. And I don't only listen to hip hop. I listen to everything. I listen to rock, metal, R&B, soul, funk, hip hop, pop music, rap pop, psychedelic trap music. Is all types. I go, and as a kid, I was even looking at 90s hip hop last night. I was looking at a lot of 90s hip hop. As a kid, I grew up on like 70s, 80s, 90s. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on soul music. I grew up on R&B. I'm black. I'm Jamaican. I grew up on reggae. I grew up on dancehall. I grew up on a lot of stuff. So I already have that unk mentality with the music, with the entertainment. A lot of movies I watch. All my movies upstairs, old. I have a lot of movies that from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I have a lot of that. Horror, anything. Yeah, I'm watching myself play Infinite Warfare. This is like my old YouTube video. All I got is old movies. All old movies. And I got like CDs right here. All my CDs that I grew up in. Video games. But everything here came out before 2019. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of me. A lot of the women that I like, a lot of the celebrity crushes that we always talk about, they're not even, I don't crush on any celebrities that's, like, a lot of the women that I like is from the past, 2010s or 90s, 80s, 70s. Like, I really am like an unk status. I have no interest with, like, there's a couple girls that I like now, like Chloe Bailey, Madeline Klein. Hey, I love my snow bunnies. I love my milkshakes. Yes, I love my milkshakes, my vanilla milkshakes. I love my chocolate chips. Chloe Bailey's a chocolate chip. Madeline Klein is a vanilla milkshake. I'm just not into anything now. This decade was supposed to be amazing. I blame COVID. COVID threw everything off. COVID really threw everything off. The fact that everybody was home, it changed social media. It changed celebrities. It changed the kids. It changed the entertainment. It changed education. The world is completely different because of COVID. A lot of people took over a lot of things. A lot of things started and got pushed. A lot of things been here before COVID, but a lot of things got pushed deeper because everybody was at home for that year and a half. So we're in this mess. I'm telling you, if COVID never happened, this would have been the greatest decade of all time because it would have just been continuing from 2019. Just like how 2010 continued from 2009. Just like 1990 continued from 1989. Just like how 1980 continued from 1979. 2020 would have continued from 2019. No COVID, no celebrity passings, no nothing. It would have just been a litness. So 2020 could have went down the path of new movies, new music. It's just a lot of things got pushed back, rescheduled, redone because of COVID and not being home. It's just, that's the only thing I could blame. When I was in 2020, I don't hate 2020. 2020 is actually a good year for me. I never hated 2020. I wasn't scared. I wasn't in pain. I enjoyed being at home because I was sick of school. But 2020 did damage. The reason why we're in this hell now is because of that. We are 5 years down this decade. There is no pop culture. There is nothing significant to this that you remember. Only thing you're going to remember is celebrity trends and trash-ass beefs, but that don't mean shit. There's nothing here. No movies, nothing. Everything is just ass. Marvel even fell off. That's why I was talking about how I miss my old Avengers, bro. I was looking back at some old stuff. Really was last night. Tearing, I'm getting nervous and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way everything's just happening, it's just nothing here. It's really just bland. I don't know. But so many people are locked in. I don't know how people are so locked into what's going on now when there's nothing to it. I think that's enough, though. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm trying to stay low because I have no bands on, but yeah, I think that's all I want to say, man. This decade could have been honestly perfect. This decade really could have been a 10 out of 10. It could have been an amazing sequel. Amazing sequel. I don't know what happened, COVID, but I feel like there was more to it. Just nothing hits. I don't know. Would being at home really change the world this much? It don't even make any sense. This shit should have still been lit. It don't make sense to me. It really don't. Wow. We had so much lit technology advancements in the 2010s. Phones, TVs, video games, music, cars, vehicles. To be honest, I'm cool with 2019 technology. 2019 had a lot of high tech, holograms, Tesla, energy cars. We had a lit set of high technologies, flat screen TVs, amazing gaming setup. There's a litness. 2010s, and people were still normal. It was fine. Even if the world was to just chill with right there, that's fine. But after, we have technology advancements now, but it's just not hitting. It's just, I hate this decade so much. Oh my God. Some dude on Instagram tried to take my name. I remember last year. It was when I graduated, I think. It was around that bracket of time. But some dude tried to take my old Instagram name. I just want to say that. Like, what are you doing? Come up with your own name. And I remember a few weeks before that, I remember going to Rundown. So Rundown Town is a shoe store that we have in Connecticut. I was in a photo. They took pictures of shoes, and then you saw my back in the background. I just want to tell somebody that. I was like, what the hell? How you... I just happened to be in the photo because I remember I was the only one in the store. They just were taking photos, and they just saw my coat and my pants. I was there in the background. Okay. This is weird. So, I kinda just woke up, kinda. I've been up for a little bit, but I fairly kinda woke up-ish. And today is 71 degrees. Now, today is July 31st. We're deep into summer, and today is 71 degrees. I knew today was gonna be crazy because when I checked the forecast, like on Monday, I saw that today was gonna be 71. Yesterday and the day before, it was all 90. Today is 71, so it just drops. So it's 71 like it's spring. It's 71 like it's fall. Outside smell like the past. Outside smell like when I was a kid hanging around my father, and when I was a kid going to school. Nature, it feels like the past. It just feels so trippy. This is the end of the world. So we're deep into summer, and it is this cloudy. I have to put this on camera. Like, it's fucking cloudy. I don't mind the cloud because when it's too hot, when it's heat waves, I can't focus. But it just looks so different. I don't feel like summer. This is one of the weirdest summers in my life. This is probably the worst summer in my life. This summer is horrible. This was not good. This was like a 2 out of 10. This summer was fast. It was a few heat waves, which is always throwing something off. And it was cold. It was cold a lot this summer, which has never happened before. In Connecticut, it's always just straight up hot, right? So this summer has mixed weather. Time is also flying by fast. It didn't even feel like a summer because it was just January, and now all of a sudden it's about to be August tomorrow. So time is just flying. This summer, I don't have any memory of what happened this whole month. I don't remember anything happening. That's how fast it's moving. It just feels like one long day. That's what it felt like. Then We got the rest of the year, and then we're on to 2026 already. It's crazy. This summer, this year has no pop culture. This is insane. Look how cloudy it is. Nobody's active this summer. Solemnati, Corey, rap, hip hop, nothing is active this summer. Nothing is like, whoa, there's no pop culture. Wendigoon didn't even make a video. It just feels so dead. But it also feels a little bit, I'm just thinking about my past. I've been thinking about my past a lot, back when I was a kid. This shit is dead. Like, I feel like next year might be good. I think next year's about to be crazy. Because next year we have Avengers, Spider-Man, GTA 6, Michael Jackson movie, and Supergirl. That's 5 pop culture things. I feel like any year with a 6 in it is about to be goated. Any year with a 6 in it. 2026, 2016, 2006, 1986. Yo, I'm telling you. I feel like any year with a 6 in it got some deep, crazy pop culture. But this is disgusting. I don't know when I'm gonna post this. Today is July 31st. I might post it today. I might post it tomorrow. I have no idea. Whenever I make another video, I'm gonna stick this to it. But I just felt like I needed to say this. And I'm not complaining about the cloud. I love cloudy days. Cloudy days is technically my favorite time. I don't know, the cloud aesthetic never fails me. It's beautiful. Just pure, just calm. It's always relaxing. Even in action movies. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of lit action movies with cloud in it that's gonna be tough. That's besides the point. I know that's besides the point. But it's just, this summer isn't doing what a summer is supposed to do. I just haven't felt it. And I feel like nobody's feeling it. And time is just speeding up. It's time. Time is crazy. The days are shorter. The days feel like hours. This whole month felt like just one long day. It was just July 1st, which felt like earlier today. I don't get it. The wind feel amazing. I'm not getting mad at the wind. If it could really stay like this, because I'm not gonna go tubing. When you go tubing and canoeing and water, skiing and swimming, when you do water, like summer water experiences, it needs to be hot. Like, I remember when I went tubing 10 years ago, it had to be 98 degrees, and even then it was still cold because the water was ice freezing. Just like when you're in the shower. When you're in the shower during a heat wave and you have it on cold, you're freezing. When you're in water, you're freezing, so it needs to be hot. You can't do water summer activities like this. You're going to die. You're going to freeze to death. So, for these type of experiences, you just gotta stay in the house and just get through day to day, or just go play soccer. As long as the grass stay dry, you could just play soccer, you could play sports, you could probably go to a stadium, you could probably go places, but you can't do water type shit. That's fine, but this is horrible. Don't do anything with water. If it has anything to do with water, don't do it, but you could do other stuff. If it could just stay like this, I'm cool. I could do videos with a shirt on. I could do videos anywhere around my house. Because I've been mainly doing videos in my basement, because my basement is so cold. It feels so good down there. I can think. The heat waves, I can't think of the heat waves, man. Oh my God.